I've not been recording this for you guys to see later. Okay, can you see that? So the other one is type 3. So which one is type 3? No, we just discussed type 3. Type 4, when you have one cube and one beta, one linear. So type 4, you see? So it means there'll be only 2 points where it meets, yes. And the graph is horizontal at that point. I said the graph, you could also say the graph is flat at that point. So it looks like a flat shape at that point. Okay. And with type 4, there will be only one turning point. Yes, there will be only one turning point. Minimum when this happens, maximum when that happens. Yes, let's see that in the software inserted in the book. So when you have one cube and one other one, so something like this. So let's remove this one. So you can see there are just 2 points and it is flat here. Okay, let me see if I can enlarge that. Unfortunately, I cannot. Okay, it is flat at that point. Okay, and there are just 2 points of intersection. Okay, so the next type will be when you have all 4. So we can remove this one so we can see that clearly. So let's see what we have in the question here. So this is type 5. Okay, alpha is the only point where it touches and is also the only turning point. So what I only added is x-axis is the tangent at that point. Okay, just take note. Then type 6, which one is type 6 again? Type 6 is when you have a quadratic factor with discriminant negative. Then we have 2 linear factors. Brandy doesn't seem to be paying attention. Are you pressing your phone? All right, so focus on the board. So let's remove this one and insert the next one. Come on, remove. Okay, remove all. Okay, so this one. So you will notice we have those 2 linear factors determine its crosses. This makes sure it doesn't touch it. Okay, it makes sure it doesn't touch it. We had that also in the cubic function, isn't it? And the last one is when you have 2 quadratic factors. It doesn't touch at all. Okay, the 2 quadratic factors ensure that it doesn't touch at all. And you can have it below or above. So if I have negative here, then I have this. It will never touch. It will only be on one axis of the graph. And that is what we mean by this. So for this one, so type 6 is this one. Alpha and beta, okay, yeah, those are the 2 linear factors. Yeah, they are the intercept. The quadratic ensures that it ensures that the graph intersects only at 2 points. It ensures that it doesn't touch anywhere else. Yeah, okay, something like that. Here, there are no intercept. That's what you notice. What is the significance of beta? Beta is that coefficient in front of the bracket. So the beta, when beta is, just like you said in the first one, the steeper the value of the greater the absolute value of beta, the steeper the curve, and otherwise, then concave inward, concave downward, and something like that. The 2 linear factors will ensure that the graph does not meet at any point, okay, because they are giving us, how do I say now, complex roots, right? They are giving us complex roots, so they must not touch x-axis at any point, okay? So please take note, it is always of this form, okay? And for greater value of A, you get more steeper curve, either positive or negative. That's why we use absolute value, because it is, if you say greater value, then negative will be less. So in this case, the greater the value, like this, absolute value of this is greater than the absolute value. I intentionally arrange it in this order so you can see it clearly, all right? And of course, from here to here, you will notice just movement on the x-axis. So it is, as said, it is going to just move it translated by this vector. All right. So that's that about that. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So I'll send your papers back to you. Once I'm done checking everything, I'll send it back to you. So for today, let's take note of today's date. It's just practicing based on what you have observed, and I don't want us to come back to this polynomial of degree 4. So I'm sure you have seen the confirmation that school opens on the 4th for your classes. Yeah, so I look forward to seeing you in school finally since February. Actually, the last time we were in school together was January 22nd. Oh my God, that's 4 months. Annoying. Okay, so today is Monday. Okay, so just write graph of quartic functions. That's degree 4 functions. You need to write some of the observation from the book. Do you want me to send the screenshots of what they have in the book? All right, so I'll do that. You can leave some spaces while you are doing this. Okay, so I'll send a screenshot to you on the WeChat group. Then we will be using the examples here. So let's just go through the example. Now that you can actually hear the audio of my laptop, things I've also learned now on Zoom, you can actually share computer audio. So I'm going to play this. So everybody pay attention. Uh-oh. No, it's still being worked on. I guess in the first book, the core book is been completed, but for this one, it's not completed. So let's just go through it together. You want to sketch this point, 2/3, 3 minus 3 and 1 are the roots. So you know that, right? Everybody understands that. So it means it touches at 3 points. It crosses at 3 points, not touches. It crosses at 2 points and touches at 1 point. You can see because of the square. Yeah? Hello, talk to me, please. Okay. And because A is negative, so it's going to be concave upward. All right, so this form. So cross here at 3 because of that. It's going to cross here at 2/3, but it's going to touch here. So something like this. Then look for the Y. Who's there? Krista. What's going on? Sorry. Wi-Fi connection problem. Okay. Is Krista back now? Krista, say something if you can hear me.
Yes, I hear.
All right, good. So wait, maybe you missed the beginning, so I'm going to re-explain quickly. I can't see you, your background. Okay, now there you are. Okay, there you are. So because of, if you look at the observation you have made from your investigation, this part is where it touches. It touches at -1. Initially, you want to look at this is equal to 0, then there will be 3 values of x, either when it touches or where it crosses, or should I say the zeros of the polynomial. So the zeros are 2/3, -3, and -1. The zeros is when it's equal to 0. What do you get? Okay, so because this one is twice, it's going to be where it touches. Others that are 1, 1 is going to be where it crosses. Because A is positive, it's going to be concave upward. Does that make sense? Then try to find the y-intercept. When x is equal to 0, you get that to be -6. So when you are sketching, you want to show us the x-intercept and the y-intercept. That's all you have to do. It doesn't have to look perfect. You just have to make sure we can see the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Now let's look at the second one. In the second one, where is the equation? Here is the equation. So because it is negative, it's going to be concave downward. All right. So just like a maximum in quotes, maximum form. In quotes. So that's going to look like this. Now, also, if you look at this, you have two squares. So it doesn't cross, rather it touches at 2 points. Okay, because there's no linear factor. Linear factor is where it crosses the x-axis. It's different from where it touches the x-axis. Touches mean it touches and turns back. It doesn't go over it. Okay, so this square, because that's one of your observation, right? What is the significance of alpha? If you remember this, that's one of your observation. Here, we said what is the significance of alpha and beta in type 3? So if you look at type 3, it is what we said. Alpha and beta are the two of the three turning points. Okay, does that make sense? So that's one of the observations that we made. And it's also in the book here. Okay, that format is not here, but I think we observed that ourselves. Not every format is put in the book. Do you understand that? That's why I make sure I put the question similar to the last one, because this is the investigation they asked. So I had to like break it down so you can actually see it in a guided format. Okay, rather than just name it for you and you can investigate. So it touches here and here, and it doesn't cross, it only touches. So you have only two x-intercepts, sort of. Then look, let's go for the y-intercept. Y-intercept is when x is equal to 0. And if you put x is equal to 0 in this, you're going to be getting, this is squared, that's 9. This is squared, that is 4. And that will be minus 36. This minus is not affected by the square. I believe we know that. And that's why we have minus 36. So you draw that and you draw your x and y axis. Okay? So I'm going to go through this also quickly. Forget about factorize completely. Some of them you cannot do yet because we haven't done factorization of polynomial. We will do that. So here, you want to form the equation, for example. You could see here that it's, look, it crosses 1, it crosses 2, and here it touches. Does that make sense? It touches. So this is the square one. Okay? So because of that, you know it's of this form. It touches, that would be opposite sign, of course. You know why we have opposite sign. Yeah? So it's going to be plus 1, minus 3, and plus 3, and a is not 0, of course. Then you'll use the opportunity to find a because you can see the y-intercept. Y-intercept is when x is equal to 0. So you put x is equal to 0 and y is equal to negative 3, and you get the value of a, and you substitute back. Does that make sense, guys? So we're going to be finding the equation in question 3 forms. Then let's look at, because even in the last activity, last one, there are word problems like this. Yeah, so let's go through that also, and that will be the end. I'll send you all this so you can write the examples in your notebook as well for your own reference if you want. Okay, so find the quartic function px. So you have been given that px is the notation for that polynomial of degree 4, yeah, which touches, not cross, okay, which touches the x-axis at 2. So that means there is x minus 2 squared as a factor. Does that make sense? Now, it cuts. That cut means cross. It goes to the other side of it. When you have x equal to minus 3, so which means we have a linear factor of this. Okay? And that's all we know. We don't know anything about the last one. Okay? Since we don't know anything about the last one, you can use a linear form ax plus b to denote it, where your a must not be 0. Does that make sense? And since we are now looking for 2 variables, remember, there's no need to put beta here, because if there is need for a number here, the number can be factorized from here. It's similar to the cubic one we did. I hope you all remember that. Talk to me, please. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, good. I just need to know that everyone is following that example. All right, so now we have this. We now substitute, because it passes through this, substitute when x is 1, y is minus 12. What do we have? We can get a linear equation. You have another one. When x is 3, y is equal to 6. You have another linear equation. So which gives you a simultaneous equation to solve. Of course, solving simultaneously is not what you write. I want you to show me how you solve it. Does that make sense? Okay, so you solve the simultaneous equation, you get these two values, and you substitute back. Now, if peradventure this was 2 and 6, can we stop here, guys? If instead of 2 and minus 5, you got 2 and 6, is this the last answer? Why not, Vena?
You can factorize the 2.
You can factorize the 2, then the 2 comes out as that a that is always outside. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, so that's all about the degree 4 functions. The rest is just some additional problems that can be solved. Okay, we'll be looking at more interesting polynomials later. Okay, so I'll be sending this to the group now. Let's do that first. I'll start from here. So please, you can save them on your computer and maybe complete your notes later. Just put some spaces. If you are OCD like me, you want to make sure you leave space for the notes. That if you need, I'm not asking you to leave space for the notes if you think you need it. So that's all about the investigation. Yeah, so those two questions are for the investigation. So the example that we just went through ourselves, example 1. And example 2. So using example 1 and 2, you can do this. So for that question 2, let me see, x to the power 4, if we factorize x squared out, yeah, I think you can do that. I think you can do it. Yeah, you can do it too. You can do it because if you factorize x squared out, you get a quadratic inside. Then you can decide what kind of function you will have. Okay, so I'll send this with just with this one. Then for the next example, it will be useful in the next one. Then we have this question. So please start practicing. I will assign something anyway, if you are waiting for me to assign question. So then we have this example for the question that is given in form of word problems. So 4, 5, 6, you take that together. Seven is word problem. So I'll take 8 and 9 together. They are the last questions. So that's it. Everybody received everything? Good. So I will only assign a few ones that needs to be done. I want to show you quickly because when I assign the work, I'll close the meeting, then you can do that on your own. Please, I want to show you something quickly. Let me have your attention, please. So let's say I give you work now. This is what I want you to do. This is how I want you to do it. I want you to open your Microsoft Word. I will share mine with you. I want you to open a Microsoft Word document because I can mark on the screen with pen. I can write comments. Okay, so our Microsoft Word document will be our book now. Okay, to submit work. So you don't submit 5, 10, 15 pictures. You insert everything in a Word document. So let's say I want to submit. For those of you using MacBook, of course, I think it's called Pages in Mac. How many of us are using MacBook? Raise your hand. How many? Let me see. Hold on. So Krista, Lillian, Clarissa, who else is here? That's all? So just a few of you. Please signify again. Now I have everybody on my screen. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Lillian, Krista, Clarissa, that's fine. I'm sure when Leo sees this, he will be able to understand too. So if you have a MacBook, please open your pages now. Open your pages now. Is it called Pages? Let me know when you're done with that. Give me a thumbs up if if it is open. Clarissa, I'm waiting for you, and Lillian. Opened? Okay. All right. So now go to, can you export? Go to your export. Can you see export Word document? Clarissa found it. Lillian, have you? How do you find it, Clarissa? Can explain to anyone looking for it.
You go to File,
Mm-hmm.
and it says Export to, and then there's a word.
Have you seen that, Krista? File, export to, then Word.
I'm using Microsoft.
Uh-oh. So who was the third person? Oh, is it just the two of you, Lillian and Clarissa? Oh, I thought Krista said she was using MacBook too.
I'm using MacBook, but I have Microsoft too.
Whoa, I'm gonna report you to Apple. Just kidding. Some are able to do it, but some claim that it's difficult to use. It takes time to load and all the other excuses that the Form 4 gave me. But can you go to your MacBook pages too, just in case anything goes wrong with that? So you are prepared for both. Have you opened that Pages app?
Yeah.
Okay, so go to your file and export. Can you see it? Export to Microsoft Word. Can you see it?
I need to update my pages.
Okay, don't worry. Yeah, but it's easy, all right? It's file export. In case anything goes wrong with your Microsoft Word, you can use that. So what do we need this for? So everybody pay attention, please. So let's assume you have your Microsoft Word or Pages. So I want you to write your solution in your notebook and take clear pictures of each question one by one. If the question is so long, try to take them in segments. Okay, let's say I solve a question and it's as long as this. So it's so long, multiple steps. So what I could do is I could take this part first. Okay, then so I can take them twice, something like that. Okay, so, or if you think taking it once is still looking good in your Word document. So when you take those pictures, save them somewhere in your computer or whatever, then insert like this. Okay, insert like this. Of course, before you insert, I need you to write your name. My name is Karen Daniel Crystal. Long name. My name is, I'm in Form 5W. And today is 20 April or April 2020. Doesn't matter. Oh, what is it? So 20, maybe April 2020, something like that. Okay, I want you to put the, basic information. Insert. So before that, I want you to, what question am I inserting? Question 4B. Okay, then go down, question 7M, something like that. Then insert again, go to the folder. No, get out. Go to the folder again, insert the next one. Okay, now the reason I want us to do this is to make it easier for my marking. Usually when you send me pictures on Edmodo and you send maybe for 5 questions, there are 5 pictures, for example, or even 1 picture. Each time I have to download each question. I'll show you. I have to download, and once I download from Edmodo, then I have to save it on a folder. And after saving it, now this is what I do. After saving it, I have to go to Paint. Let's say Form 5. I'll be sending this to you later. I'm looking for a picture. I just steal one of the P6 pictures. It's fine. So I have to open it with Paint. Then if it is not big enough, I have to enlarge it. And I have to mark like that. I have to write comment. I have to save it back. I have to upload back. Each one. So it makes it difficult and even discouraging to actually look through work and write feedback, if you get what I mean. Okay. So, but with this, it will be easier because it's a Word document. And Microsoft Word, maybe the version that I'm using, and because I have a pen and because I can, use pen on it, I can actually just pick maybe red color or green color, depending on what color you have written with. I believe it should be mostly black and blue. And I can say, look at this step, something is wrong. Oh, where is it? Where's my pen? So I can maybe circle something, write a comment, check that. You understand my point? And give you feedback like it's your notebook and send it back to you. Then you can actually adjust what you have in your notebook with that. And because all your work will be on one document, I don't have to open 50, 60 different pictures to give you feedback, or just look through it and give you verbal feedback. I would love to write something for you and send back to you. Is that okay, everyone? So this is what how we're going to be submitting henceforth. So when I go to Edmodo and download your work, I'm downloading all your solution in a Microsoft Word document, from a Microsoft Word document. Okay? So this is what we're going to be doing henceforth. I will appreciate your cooperation and understanding in that regard. So for today's work, I will want yours to do, let's look through the questions and let someone take note of the question we're going to be assigning. Then I can write it on the board. So for the first one, I want you to look at okay. I want to look at, please take note, anybody. Question 1C, question 1E, and question 2. 1C, 1E, and 2. So from question 3, I want you to do 3A, 3E, 3F. Of course, these are the ones that I want you to send back to me. Please feel free to do every other one. I will encourage you to do so. Okay. The next one for under this question. Okay, there is touches and cuts, right? So let's take the last two, 4C and D. 4C and D. 5B and 5B. You can't factorize this yet. So we skip question 6. Can you attempt question 9 also? Question 9. Okay. I don't know how busy you guys are. I want to give you tomorrow by 4 p.m. to submit. Is it too soon? You need more time? Be sincere with me, please. Karen, I notice you look angry, like, oh my God, I'm gonna kill him. What is that? Talk to me, Karen. Are you busy?
I think we're all kind of busy. Like there's a lot of projects coming soon.
Is it true? Everyone is busy? Okay, so let's talk then. So give me minimum of days that I should give everyone. I know some people work faster. I know some people probably won't. So let's meet ourselves on a common ground. So let's be considerate. I'm willing to give you as much time as you need. I just need you to practice them. And I believe you understand why that is very important. So what time do you think is okay for you to turn this in? Come on, how many days do you want for this?
I think we just want a bit more flexibility. So I guess like the end of the week or something like that, for me at least.
At least?
No, like for me, I think like I would want.
For you? Oh, okay.
I don't know
So,
about everyone else.
that's okay. It's saying the end of the week. So by end of the week, you mean Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Like maybe until Saturday or Sunday.
Saturday, Sunday, that's weekend. Oh my God. Is that okay, everyone? Weekend? Okay, can we make it Saturday so I can at least spend Sunday to look at them? Of course, if anyone submit today or tomorrow, I'll start looking at it. Okay, so can we make it weekend? Okay. All right, so no problem, Saturday. So when I post the link, when I post the do a submission post on Edmodo, I'll be putting due date by Saturday, let's say 6 p.m. Is that fine? Feel free to submit before then. I really appreciate that so that I can take my time to quickly check through each work. And if I'm not able to complete it on Saturday evening, then I can do it on Sunday as well. Okay? And if anybody has questions, please feel free to contact me privately. If you need a few minutes of Zoom session to go over some stuff, please feel free to do so as well. So by Wednesday, we start something else, also still on functions, and I want us to be as fast as possible. We're going to resume school. I'm proposing that we start our Saturday Zoom session as well. We'll talk about that on Wednesday. I'm proposing like the next Saturday after this one. Okay, that will begin so we can move faster. Before the end of the academic year in June, I want us to start the third topic. So we need to finish this within this April or first week of May, if possible. All right. Okay, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Take care. Bye.
Bye.